What is poppin'? 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 What is going on? What is poppin'? 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 What is going on? How you doing? How you looking? How you living? How are you feeling out there after week 1 of the NFL season wraps up? It is on to week 2, but we cannot talk about week 2 until we talk about what happened this past weekend. So the Ace, I just have one question for each and every single one of you people out there on YouTube, man. Are you ready?
Yeah, that is perfect. Max would be perfect for WWE. I'm telling you, man. You need to
Oh,
go ahead and put in the application, dude.
bro, that's why I do this because I watch so much. Well, I used to watch so much wrestling. I still do
Mm,
it here and there, but yeah, I got that promo under me. You know what I'm saying?
there you go.
But appreciate you joining me, bro. This is week 1 of the recap show. We had this show last year, kind of faded away, but we're gonna be more consistent this year. We're gonna do it every single week. Sometimes it might be on Monday due to scheduling and stuff like that. So I appreciate you, bro, for joining me week 1
Not a
because
problem, man. Thanks for having me on.
I know there's a lot that I know you want to talk about. As you
Oof.
see the cap on his head, he's a Giants fan, and the Giants had one of the worst weeks. But there was
We'll
another
get there.
team in New York that had a worse week, I think. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of up there. But talk to me about your Giants real quick, and then we'll jump into Monday Night Football.
Okay, but before we get started, Spence wants to shout out to the pre-live crew, though. You got him?
Oh yeah, we got the pre. Well, actually, I think the pre-live crew is only one member, and that's Tyler. So hey, Tyler Fink, you are the elite member of the pre-live crew, my friend. I appreciate you. And hey, hold on, we got a super chat from
Hey,
Jacob. Yo, Max, it sucks to hear about Rodgers. It does, bro.
it
It
does.
does. We'll talk about it. We'll give you guys our inputs on what the Jets should be doing next. But we got Spence, Marty, Kyle in the house. Appreciate y'all stopping in. And Ace, talk to us a little bit about Sunday night, man.
All right. All right, so I would be remiss if I don't mention it, you know what I'm saying, at all, because, Max, you could attest to this. The majority of our people, you know what I'm saying, whether it's your channel, my channel, are New Yorkers, you know what I'm saying, because, the Yankees and stuff like that. So, I'm sure you would agree to that. So the last 48 hours for the city of New York has been just absolute hell. Just when we were talking about, our New York Yankees possibly, getting it together, losing streak, then Jason Dominguez goes down. If that wasn't bad enough, as Max just put on the screen, the New York Giants take an absolute kicking as they get their shit pushed in by the 49ers, the Cowboys, 40 to nothing. And then 24 hours later, the Aaron Rodgers stuff happens. But I got a solution for you, Max.
Mm-hmm.
As me and my boy Kyle have been talking about all day. There is only one man in this entire universe that can break up the bad juju that all New York sports teams have been having lately, whether it's the Giants, the Jets, the Knicks, the Mets, the Yankees. Do you know who that is? Do
I
you
would
know?
no. I mean, what Joe
There's only
Namath?
one man, Max, that can break up the bad juju, and that is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady
Oh
Jr.
my
He
God,
needs to sign with the Jets. Max, he's the only
no.
person that can break up this bad New York flow. Me and my boy Kyle have been talking about it all day. Imagine if Tom Brady went to the Jets and got them a Super Bowl when all the odds were stacked against him. He'd be the most loved player of all time. Do you agree or disagree?
I mean, I think Rodgers was destined to be that person. Whoever wins a Super Bowl for the Jets will be an icon, a legend in New York,
Mm-hmm.
no matter who it is. It could be Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson somehow, some way can lead the Jets to the promised land, he would be a legend, but he's not going to. Let's be honest here. But yeah, man, though I've heard the conspiracy theories about Tom Brady. I don't think it'll happen. There's no way in hell. And you can mark my words. If I'm wrong, I will bring this clip back up.
Mm,
Tom Brady ain't coming to the Jets.
they
There's
need
just
him.
no way.
He's the only man that could break up the bad curse of New York City. So, speaking of New York, since Max has on the screen, the Giants versus the Cowboys. What a shit show that was. And let me tell you, I talked a lot of shit this offseason. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboy fans, like, yo, the gap's been closed. You know what I'm saying? This stuff like that. Boy, did we take an ass kicking. Now, I still don't think Dallas is as good as they whooped our ass to be. But I just think it was a perfect storm of everything went wrong. They capitalized on everything. Coming out that first drive, New York Giants had a great drive going. Then a false start happened, pushed us back 3rd and 5 from one of our best linemen. You know what I'm saying? One of the best linemen in the league, Andrew Thomas. Then the fumble by the rookie, then the block kick, and it was all over from there. So the New York Giants just had it in their heads like, yo, this team owns us. But luckily, it's only one game, and we get to get them back later in the season.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, those points don't roll over to the next week because then we'd be screwed. But it now becomes a must-win for the Giants this up-and-coming Sunday with how hard our schedule is. You cannot go 0-2 going into the Thursday night game against the 49ers, playing a Cardinals team that is clearly tanking. And clearly, you know what I'm saying, even though they put up a good fight against Washington is not that good, but they put up a good fight. But the Giants, it becomes a must-win. They got embarrassed on national TV in front of the whole world. And, you know, it like Mike Tyson said, man, you know, sometimes you got to just, you know, everybody has a plan until they get smacked in the mouth. And the Giants got smacked in the mouth. And now I'm looking forward to see how they rebound from here. And luckily for us, it is only one game.
Yeah, and it's week 1. You know, you never want to see this happen to your team, but it's week 1. You got a long season ahead. It just sucks that you lost to a divisional opponent at home. So, you know, that's kind of like a game and a half that you're losing out on right there. But
luckily, we do get to play them again. So,
yeah. So, I mean, you do have a long season ahead. The Cowboys look like the real deal, man. Dak didn't really even need to do anything in this game, bro. It's just all their defense and special teams, you know. And like once that happened, the block field goal, you can just feel the momentum just shift in the game. And man, it was just tough to watch. It literally was just tough to watch at a certain point, man.
And I feel bad for the Giants fans that were there. Imagine paying your hard-earned money. Because that's the thing. Okay, let's keep it 100. The Giants had a great season last year, considering all things considered. So why wouldn't we as Giants fans have that momentum of, okay, you know, this season's going to be better, especially with the moves they make? And I still believe that. I do think this was an aberration type game where, you know what I'm saying, a blip in the radar. I don't think this will happen again. I do think Brian Daboll and company will have them ready to go this week and for the rest of the season. But it was just, it was crazy to watch a perfect storm of things go wrong. And the Giants just completely laid an egg. And they took advantage of it. Because like you said, look at Dak's numbers. They're not mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard had 2 touchdowns, but it's not, 70 yards. Not anything too crazy. It's not like they dominated us, but everything just went right in their favor. Now, Cowboy fans, you earned the right to talk shit this week. Of course, you're going to think it's because you guys, were that good. But I don't think so. I just think it was a perfect combination of they played us well. Our offensive line continues to have struggles. We look like shit. And I don't understand how for 10 years they can't fix this offensive line. Now, I'm hoping that Evan Neal, this is his 2nd year. Technically, he hasn't played a full year because he missed some time last year, but he's starting to look like Eric Flowers 2.0. And realistically, if I'm the Giants, I might start thinking about if he continues to struggle, you got to move him to guard or something because he can't play right tackle and have Daniel Jones running for his life. As I see Daniel Berry said, Danny Fumbles got overpaid. He's like the 14th highest paid. You know what I'm saying? He's not overpaid. Like,
yeah,
you can't say that, especially because the contract is so team friendly. We can get out in 2 years. No quarterback is overcoming that terrible offensive line played last week. I don't care who you are. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. What was it? Like 7 sacks that they gave up,
like 17 pressures, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah, man. And it's always like that in the game of football. The game is won and lost in the trenches. If you can't protect your quarterback, if you can't rush the quarterback, you're pretty much going to probably lose the game, Yeah. And hopefully, in your sake, at least it's a good get back game next week, like you said, against the Cardinals. who actually put up a little bit of a fight, which I was shocked about, but they ended up losing. But like you said, they are tanking for that number one. They're not. They say they're not, but they
You
are.
can't say you are. Yeah, you can technically you can't
Yeah,
say you are.
yeah.
But
But
Caleb Williams is a generational type player. I don't know if you
yeah.
pay much attention to college. I mean, I don't pay much attention to teams, but I pay attention to the players that are coming out. Caleb Williams looks like
Oh yeah,
he's him.
I love Caleb Williams, bro. Like all the highlights and just watching him play. I do follow, the primetime games and stuff like that.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Caleb Williams by far looks like the man that's going to be picked first.
Did
And
you see that throw where he threw it from the
yeah,
15 all the way to the 20? I was like all through
yeah,
the air. I'm like, dude, like he's got a cannon.
yeah. Let's head on over to the other side of New York and talk about what we all have been hearing about all day. But hold on, Jacob has another super chat and he says, Ace, do you think you guys will beat the Cardinals? Appreciate you, Jacob.
I think so, and I think it's a must win for the Giants. You can't go, like I said, you can't go 0-2 and then expect to play on a short week versus the 49ers. Then you get a mini bye and you're playing Seattle, even though Seattle didn't look, anything crazy, but they did beat you last week in Seattle. That's a hard place to play, but this time they're coming to New York, and then you're facing the Dolphins, who looked phenomenal this week, and you're facing the Bills, who the Bills
Sheesh.
look shaky. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into more of that later, but I do think it becomes a must win this Sunday, and I do think the Giants get right and then start 1-1, and then hopefully we'll see. Let's take it one game at a time.
Yeah. Let's head on over to what happened last night. We all saw Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, tears his Achilles. It's confirmed now after the MRI. Uh, as an as an as a Packer fan, this hurt me watching it, bro. And I was live calling the game. You never want to see anyone get hurt, no matter who. What jersey they put on. That's what kind of fan I am. I don't want to see anybody hurt at all. But man, it was tough watching this game, especially the pre-ceremony was phenomenal. As Rodgers came out with the USA flag. It was 9/11 in New East Rutherford, New Jersey, but New York. So everything was lining up to be like a great night, and then gone, just silence in the stadium. Aaron Rodgers goes down. At first, I was like, maybe he just tweaked his ankle. Maybe he rolled on his ankle, because I was, looking at the replay. I'm saying, like, what happened?
Yeah, because he got
And
up, and then he like you were calling the game, so was I. He got up and he was limping around a little bit. Then he's looking towards the sideline like he's looking for a play to come in. Then he goes back down. Now that's when I was like,
yeah,
when he started limping, I said, oh, he's limping. But I didn't think he was going to come out. I thought it was a sprained ankle as well until they showed that replay of his calf actually popping, and then from there you
yeah,
kind of knew
man.
it was something serious.
Yeah, I feel like when he got up and he was looking to the sideline, I feel like he was kind of signaling to the sideline, like, hey, like the sideline was saying, can you walk? Is there pain when you're standing there? And you saw him kind of nod, and then that's when he went back down. So I feel like the sideline kind of signaled for him to go down, don't walk on it in case anything, you don't want to mess it up even worse than what it is. But it never, when he got carted off, when they pulled up the cart to the blue tent and him getting on that cart, you kind of just knew it was something more serious than just like a sprained ankle, because he received x-rays and they came back negative. But four plays, one pass attempt, that's it. He's done for the rest of the year. So Zach Wilson comes in. He looks like Zach Wilson from last season. A lot of people I've seen, oh, he did okay. He went in there and stepped. He stunk.
Yeah,
He stunk. And like you can just see it on the field. Like all his passes were little dump offs, yards after catches. He couldn't get anything going. The interception was putrid that he threw. Bad throw. Even Troy Aikman was like, that was just ugly. That was
yeah.
just, you know. Thank God for the Jets' sake that Josh Allen looked way worse than Zach Wilson did, which was mind-boggling. I don't know what the hell was what Josh Allen was doing last night, bro.
Yeah,
I
and Zach Wilson got bailed out by a great catch by Garrett Wilson, because that really wasn't a good throw.
No, yeah, Garrett Wilson, that dude's a stud, man. And that was probably what won them the game, honestly, other than Josh Allen giving them the ball time after time after time again. Josh Allen, this looked like the worst game I've ever seen him play, honestly. Josh Allen stunk.
Yeah.
The interceptions he threw, they were in double coverage. It wasn't like Diggs versus Sauce, 50-50. Diggs is down there somewhere. No, this was double coverage. Jordan Whitehead, 3 interceptions, hat trick, man. He was all over the field making plays. Quincy Williams was also making some plays, man, all night long. But what are your thoughts about Josh Allen and what happened last night in this game?
Just like similar how like the Giants lost to the Cowboys and whatnot, the Jets seem to be his kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? Like he's lost 2 out of the last 3 games, and he just seems to think that he can do whatever he wants with the Jets because it's inexplicable how. Let's go back to like first play, right?
What the
Where,
hell?
huh?
Do you hear that?
No, is it the sound of confetti popping?
Hold on.
Uh huh.
I'm hearing something in my ear.
I think you're the only one hearing it. I don't
Okay,
hear anything.
okay. All right. My bad. Go ahead,
Oh,
bro.
you good? All right. So
Yeah.
so it's inexcusable the amount of things that you know what I'm saying. Like Josh Allen reminds me a lot of Brett Favre, just in this nature of you're a gunslinger, right? You have an arm, but you think your arm talent is enough to get away with things. Like the throws that he were making were verified punts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 2 of those, like the first interception was crazy, and shout outs to Whitehead, who defensive player of the week this week with 3 picks he's gonna get. Um, there was one play where he definitely had the first down where all he had to do was scramble, but then he decided to stop and just launch it into double coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And so realistically, the Jets won this game, and congratulations to them. But it's really because Josh Allen shit the bed. And I would say 3 out of those 4 turnovers are on Josh Allen. The 2 overthrows that were like punts, and then the mishandling of the snap that led to a fumble. Like the other interception was definitely, the defense did a great job because Allen had to get that over Sauce Gardner, and in between a certain spot he just couldn't get it there, and it was a good pick. But I would say 3 out of 4 were on him, and you know what I'm saying? It's just we're getting into the point where is Josh Allen as good as televised? You know what I'm saying? Is he overrated? Is he not? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's crazy.
Yeah. And they share that on the screen how much turnovers this man has since being in the league. Entering the game, he had 80. Now he's up to 84, which is the most in the NFL. He was tied with Jared Goff entering the game. Josh Allen has all the skills in the world, man. Josh Allen can make plays. He's a beast, but I was saying this when the game started. I said the thing with Josh Allen is he can't hold on to the ball. If he can stop with the turnovers, I think that's what's holding the Bills back from making that Super Bowl push. You can't beat the Chiefs. You can't beat the Bengals in the playoffs without, not taking care of the ball. And clearly he has trouble playing these Jets. Like you said, they're the kryptonite. It seems like every time he plays the Jets, he just struggles badly. So I don't know, man. I was shocked that the Jets won this game. Shout out to them and shout out to Xavier. What was it? Xavier Howard, I think his name was. Got that punt return. A fringe borderline.
Oh, no, that was Gibson.
Yeah, Xavier Gibson. Thank you.
Yeah, I said that wrong in the stream too because during that kickoff, I saw the 8. I couldn't see the 8, but I saw the 2, and I thought it was Michael Carter. And I was like, oh shit, Michael Carter broke one. I was like, oh shit, it's not Michael Carter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, he was actually a borderline fringe roster cut. He made the team. They share that on. Yep, they share that on Hard Knocks. So good for him, man. And Robert's in the house, our jet guy, as well as Mike Kowinski. Everyone will never know what might have been if this freak injury didn't happen. I said right away this game will fall on the Jets defense, and they came through. Can they do it for 16 more times?
Do you think so?
I don't know, man. I mean, they showed us last year that this team can, they can do it, but Zach Wilson was always a question mark.
Yeah,
I
to an
think
extent, because like you got to think, like they got burned the last 6 games. The defense got burned out because what I'm saying, they didn't get a turnover the last 6 games of last season because yeah, in the beginning of the season the defense could carry you, but it's like at what point when you're always out there, if Zach Wilson can't step up and the defense is always out there, people are going to get injured, they're going to get just burned out. It'll take a toll, and I definitely think the Jets, not just the Jets 2023 season, took a big hit yesterday with Aaron Rodgers going down because you went from possible Super Bowl contender to maybe not even making the playoffs this year,
mhm.
depending on because you can't trust Zach. Because like you talked about earlier, you made a good point. That interception, he stared down. Zach Wilson doesn't go through his progressions. His problem is he's way too jittery in the pocket. Like he wants to get out. Like he's athletic and he wants to get out of the pocket as soon as he snaps back. Like dude, go through your progressions, stop locking into one guy, and it showed, dude. That last play to Wilson, if you look at the defense, they positioned it perfectly to take away the slant route, and he had no choice but to throw a fade. But it wasn't even a fade; he bulleted the fade. And if it
Yeah.
wasn't for a great catch by Wilson, they lose that ball game. And to go back to the interception, the linebacker was right there. What are you looking at? Can you not
Mhm.
see him? And you threw it
Yeah.
right to him.
That was
So
an ugly fade.
it was, and I think the Jets are in trouble. I do think the Jets are in trouble, and they're gonna have to figure some things out. Whether it's Robert Saleh starting to dial some things up and make the offense more tailored to Zach's strengths. But I could just, like I said, my heart goes out to Jet fans all year round. They were just, this was the hype, dude.
Yeah.
This was the move. And then he lasted 11 minutes in a Jets uniform.
Yeah, man. And it doesn't get easier for them either. They have a tough start of they play the Dallas Cowboys next week, bro. I mean, it, look what they just did to the Giants. Imagine what they're going to do to Zach Wilson
Yep.
and that offensive line for the Jets.
Then they play the Patriots, who Bill Belichick always plays the Jets well because he hates them. If there's 2 games a year Bill Belichick wants to win, is against them.
Mhm.
Then you got to figure. Then they're going to get in that. I don't know in the order. Then they're going against the Chiefs, who the Chiefs coming off a bad week, but you got to figure they'll rebound at some point. Broncos, then the Eagles, then the Giants. It's a tough schedule for the Jets, dude. It's not gonna be easy. Celebrate this win, you know what I'm saying, Jet fans. I know Jet fans are about 50-50. Some of them are like, on suicide watch. The other ones are kind of just like, yo, we're good. We got to win. That's all that matters, which is true. But you might have won the battle, but lost the war last night with Aaron Rodgers going down.
Yeah, so you have Dallas on the road, then the Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos, Eagles, Giants, Chargers. Look at that, man. That
Yeah.
schedule's tough, and then you got the Raiders. The Raiders beat the Broncos, but it's not going to get easier, man. It's
They'll
not
be
going to get
lucky to go.
easier.
They'll be lucky to go 3-3 in that stretch. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, or maybe even 2-4. But I think they'll possibly go 1-5 in that stretch because it's going to be tough with Zach Wilson. But the defense is legit and they have weapons. They have a good team, but they're missing the most important piece, which is the quarterback.
yeah. And speaking of the quarterback, let's talk about Rodgers and what they should do next. Robert Saleh came out and said this is Zach Wilson's team to finish the season. I think he's just trying to have his guys back, man. But you saw him last year. Zach Wilson got benched for Joe Flacco, for Mike White. They don't trust this guy. And I don't know what he's learned from Rodgers in that short little off season, preseason, and camp. But you saw last night, he looks the same, man. And that might be me being a little harsh because he got thrown into it kind of, he got thrown into the wild. He didn't have any first team snaps. He didn't, practice with the ones, but I've seen with the eyes, bro. Zach Wilson, they need to go out and get somebody. There's a couple of guys that are available in the free agency, like Colt McCoy is a name that they probably should sign, maybe. I'm not saying Colt McCoy is going to go out and go in there and give them, they're going to win the division with Colt McCoy. But they're talking about Carson Wentz possibly. I would not go. I would not go without
Kyle, if you're
Wentz.
still in the building, who was it that you messaged me? Was it Caleb, was it Haney? Caleb Haney that they're
Heineke.
Heineke. No, not Heineke. I think it was Haney that they were
Oh,
talking about.
Cheney.
Chad Henne, that's who it is.
Yeah.
That's who I think Kyle said as far as he's the first name that's gotten thrown out there as far as for them to bring in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
I could see Chad Henne, possibly coming in there. Yeah, there he is. Kyle's
yeah,
right
Chad
there.
Henne. But like me and Kyle, like Kyle was telling me, he as a Jet fan, he just wants a quarterback that's really not going to, you know what I'm saying, either go get yourself one or kind of get yourself a guy that's going to be a backup that's not really going to pressure, that's not going to, distract from Zach Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's kind of the only options you guys have. You know what I'm saying? Like some analysts were saying they should go out and trade for Matt Stafford, but it's after they win it, they're not going to, just
No, they're not going
give
to
away a guy. No, it's not going to happen.
I think Matt Ryan could possibly come in. He's calling games right now in the booth, so Matt Ryan could be a name, but he's behind that line of scrimmage. Matt Ryan is going to be in trouble too. So I don't know, bro. It sucks. Jets went from Super Bowl aspirations to maybe finishing last in the division, maybe depending on where the Patriots finish, but sucks. It just such a bummer for them. Another thing is they play in such a strong division, and the AFC is a great conference that if they were in the NFC, I could still maybe see them squeaking into a playoff, maybe like a 7th spot.
Yep.
But nah, I don't think the Jets have it. The defense is spectacular, but Zach Wilson can't do it, and whoever they bring in probably won't be ready because then they have to learn the playbook. Then they have to get chemistry with the guys. It's just a tough thing, man. Last thing on the Rodgers thing, let me ask you this. Do you think this could end his career, or do you think Rodgers can come back from this bad of an injury at his age?
That's what I was going to ask you in one of the segments I was going to debut on, so you stole my question.
Okay, well then we can wait then. We can wait.
All right, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we can wait.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll touch on the other games real quick. So let's bring it up. So for the morning,
we're going to next. Oh, I thought we were about to jump into the Packers.
we can talk about the Packers.
Let's go. Hey, let's get you your due, man. Come on, guys. Let's show Max some love, man. The Jordan Love era is officially underway. These MFers are probably, knowing their luck, are probably going to have 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in a row.
I wouldn't. Okay, now I'm going to put a halt into the whole he's going to be a Hall of Famer, thing, but he did look good. He looked good. He looked really good.
Now, let me ask you something, because you watched the whole game, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he look good, or is this just you guys just own the Bears? Like, which one is it?
So it started slow, it was only 10-6 at half.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we're still in the lead. I'm still happy about it. But man, what made me happy is what was said in that locker room at halftime, because it seemed like a whole new team in the second half, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They were aggressive. Jordan Love.
Kyle said Jordan Love's going to be the Jets quarterback in 15 years.
15 years, probably, bro. The way, the timelines have been set up, he just might. But I think Love's throws were accurate, even though he, on the stat sheet right there, he went 15 for 27. So not going to, wow you. But what I loved was seeing him on 3rd down and 4th down. He was 8 for 10 with 140 yards and 2 touchdowns when you had to make a play. He did it. The 4th and 3 to Aaron Jones touchdown pass was tremendous. It put us up 24-6. Sadly, Aaron Jones went out of the game with an injury, pulled his hamstring on the play, but I don't know how severe that injury is just yet because we were already up 24-6. Aaron Jones, they finally gave him the ball. At first, they weren't, and I'm like, this is our best player on offense, is Aaron Jones. So hopefully they just kept him out for precautionary measurements, because he was on the sideline getting stretched out, and he was doing this to the camera, you know what I'm saying? So he was still out there having a little fun, even though he was hurt. The defense looked phenomenal. Quay Walker, this guy, he is a stud, bro. Him and Jair locked down DJ Moore. Moore had 2 catches? Yeah, 2 catches. locked them down. I loved it, man. No Christian Watson. We were talking about it. You and I personally were talking about that injury. I was kind of nervous. I was like, dang, that's our number one playmaker right there on the shelf already. I picked us to lose this game because I was being realistic, man. Like, the Packers are a question mark team this year. So are the Bears, but no Watson on the road in Soldier Field. I was like, it doesn't look like it's going to be a Packers win, but dude, they shut me up, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great game, bro.
Congratulations, man. The Jordan Love era kicks off right. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm sure you wouldn't have overreacted either way. It's just like no team should overreact in week one, whether you win or lose. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But, I'm sure it just feels good to get a W. You know what I'm saying? I wish the Giants could have done something similar. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I'm happy for you, man. Jordan Love era is kicking off, and that jersey should be here this week.
Oh yeah, man. I'm rocking that thing. I'm rocking that thing this upcoming Sunday. Jacob with a 199. Appreciate you, brother Max. Do you think Watson plays this week for y'all? I'll have more info, you know, this week. Once practice starts and we get the injury reports, and you don't really know until the practice reports come out. So if he's practicing at a limited basis, that's what happened with Romeo Dobbs. I feel like he can suit up, but if he does if he has a DNP, it might not look good. But I'll keep you all updated, man.
Who do you guys play next?
We got the Falcons,
Okay. Yeah.
so
You guys should.
that should be a win.
Yeah.
T-Son says you guys are a great collab together. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you. That's my boy, Son Raps. Appreciate you.
Oh, okay. Appreciate your raps. Yeah, man. But before we get off this game, Quay Walker, pick six. That dude's a flat out baller, man. I'm telling you. I
What were your
love
thoughts
every
on Justin Fields before we finish your point, and then I want to know what were your thoughts, because I didn't get to watch too much of this game, but I want to know what were your thoughts on Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. He still looks like a project to me.
Mm-hmm.
Passing the ball, we all see what he can do with running. Like, that's not an issue. But throwing the ball, he has some work to do. And that offensive line is another thing that hurts some as well. We got to him 4 times, but when they dropped the top 100 players list and they had Justin Fields above Trevor Lawrence, I
I would
thought,
agree with that.
I was like, what are they seeing? So he's still a work in progress. I like his talent. I think he can get there, but right now, I mean, game 1, it looked rough, man. It looked rough. He was inconsistent, and maybe for the Bears' sake, he can turn it around next week. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the defense for us, like I said, we played really good defense, which shocked me because Joe Barry is our defensive coordinator, and we had the pieces there, but it seems like we can never get to that good defense level.
Yeah.
Week 1 showed us that we could be good, or maybe the Bears just aren't ready. Maybe it's just we played good, but the defense played a bad offensive team.
Yeah.
So
So we'll
we'll
see as
see.
time goes on. But this was a good road win for you guys. You shouldn't take it light. You definitely should celebrate it. And like I said, the first time with Jordan Love, you definitely want to get off to a win. But congratulations.
Yeah, man, it was a good one, man. I was going hype. I was losing my voice over here and stuff. What up, Fabian? What up? Sorry if we're missing your comments, man, but appreciate y'all hanging out. Smack that like button. Appreciate y'all. Let's touch around the league a little bit. The Falcons took care of business at home. A lot of people were mad about this game, the Ace, because of fantasy reasons. Why? And
Yep.
I'm gonna show you why. This guy right here,
No
Tyler
one
Algier.
expected that. But I mean, when the depth chart came out and he was listed where he was, everybody was kind of pissed.
Yeah, like on Twitter, I saw, and I have a couple of friends that have Bijan on their team, and they were like, "Why is Algier getting all the carries?" And Algier looked good last year.
He
I
did.
mean, he didn't look bad, but I have him stashed on my bench, so I was happy. I was like,
So you gonna
okay,
start him next week?
I think so, because I mean he's going against the Packers, but I have Brees Hall against the Cowboys, and I don't know if I should start him with Zach Wilson
Yeah, I'd
as a
wait to see how
quarterback.
that offense is gonna look. Algier seems like the safer pick.
Yeah, So it sucks that it's going to be against my team, but I got to be, realistic here.
Well, you want him
Ritter,
to do good, but not too good.
yeah, get a garbage time touchdown after we blow him out for a little bit.
Two garbage time touchdowns. There you go.
I don't know if you watched this game though, but something funny happened in this game. Hayden Hurst caught a touchdown from Bryce Young, his first career touchdown, right? He threw it in the stands. He threw he pulled a Pete Alonso. Yeah, he threw the ball in this. Like when he scored the touchdown, I was like, go get that. Like before I even saw him throw it, I was like, make sure you keep that ball. And my buddy Ivani's like, yo, he just threw it in the stands. I was like, no. And they show the replay, and he just lofted that thing in the stands. I was like, oh my God, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's terrible. So since we're on the young quarterback topic, what I'm saying, Kyle raises a good point. Let me ask you something, right? Do you think these quarterbacks need to stop coming in immediately and start sitting more? Because look at what Jordan Love did in his first start. Bryce Young and CJ Stroud did not really impress. You know what I'm saying? Even I would say Richardson didn't. He had about 2 touchdowns. He looked okay, but the young quarterbacks just throwing them into the fire. What do you think about that as far as when the NFL does?
I think it kind of depends because they're on bad teams, man. Like they're picking up there for a reason. Even though the Panthers traded up, to get the number 1 pick. But I think it just depends on the situation. You saw Brock Purdy, he came in, even though he was Mr. Irrelevant, he looked good. But then again, look at the team around him. So it just depends. When you look at CJ Stroud, he's playing for the Texans.
Yeah.
No matter if he's going to be behind Davis Mills, I mean, he's going to walk in there and still struggle, I feel like, just because of the pieces surrounding him. It just depends. I'm okay with Bryce Young and CJ Stroud coming in and playing. Jordan Love was just kind of in a good
situation.
Maybe for him, he didn't really realize that at first because they all want to play. They all want to get out there and play. I think Jordan Love was in a great situation, though, learning behind a guy like Rodgers for 3 years, just like when Rodgers did with Favre. You got to learn the system, and then pick up what they're doing. Not even on the field, bro. Like I'm talking about, like in the locker room, how you present yourself to be a leader. It's gonna take time for Bryce Young and stuff, but like you saw Trevor Lawrence, he struggled badly in year 1. But then again, you got to look at Urban Meyer. That was his head coach.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
I think it's a transition, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just a whole different ball game. Because in college, you know what I'm saying, you can, receivers don't run open in the NFL too often like they do in college. You kind of have to throw them open. You know what I'm saying? Because the second you see the NFL is faster. The second you see that a guy is open, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? The NFL that will get you away in college, but it's a transition. But I'm okay with. I mean, either way, if you were going to decide to sit guys for a little bit, I'm okay with it either way.
I think he's in. I think
in the mix.
Oh.
Go ahead. What happened?
No, I thought we lost you for a second there.
Oh no, I thought we lost you. Your screen blipped out on me.
Oh, for real? It was probably because I was bringing up the new screen.
Yeah, because they realized that Joe Burrow stunk this weekend. They're like, oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna. That was my next question for you. But my boy Kenai says, Max, do you think Jordan Love is excited to lose to the Niners in the playoffs?
Shots fired.
No, hey, I have to verbally apologize to this man once we get to the Niner game.
Oh yeah, he asked about that earlier in the chat, so I was wondering.
Yeah, he was part of the morning show. He was the Niner fan in the morning show. But I'll get there. And no, he's not excited to lose. He won't. He's going to turn the page and he's going to show the other quarterbacks how it's done.
Are you going to make that your predictions gone wrong or whatever?
Yeah, I'm going to air that for the morning show. But let's talk about what happened with the Bengals. This was like I posted this in the poll. The Bengals just flat out stunk. Like, I don't know what happened. Joe Burrow just got paid. He just got $276 million. I think the Ace is in the multiverse right now.
You see me?
Yeah, now I do. You're like lagging in and out. Like you
Oh,
were
okay.
frozen. You were frozen for a second.
All right. Let me. Yeah. Go ahead. Well, I hear you.
Yeah, okay. So they came out. Joe Burrow, he's on your fantasy team. 82 yards, 14 for 31. I mean, I don't know what the heck happened. The Browns defense, they have a good defense. Don't get me wrong. But I couldn't believe this. This was one of my biggest shocks of the week. Just dominating the Bengals right here.
Yeah.
Not even a contest.
Yeah. Speaking as a Joe Burrow fantasy owner, huge disappointment. I'm gonna say that this was another one of those. You know, what I'm saying he didn't get time. You know, what I'm saying another one of those. They don't play in the preseason, which he was injured anyway, and I'm hoping he's gonna get right because I know Burrow, Chase, and Higgins owners were pissed this weekend because it absolutely fucked us in that one. Joe Money, Joe Problems is what JC says. Hey, it could be. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt that because we've seen his body of work. You know what I'm saying? So it was a ugly, rainy game. So let's
Yeah.
just chalk this up for a bad one for Joe Burrow and hope he rebounds next week.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will. And like the first 4 weeks of the season is pretty much preseason for most of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, Burrow didn't play at all because of that calf strain, but some other quarterbacks don't play at all either for like Desmond Ritter didn't play at all in the preseason. So like the first month of the regular season is pretty much everyone's get right, like okay, season's here. You're playing against way better competition in the regular season than in the preseason, but I do think and this is what the Bengals do almost every single season. They start very slow and then they start picking up. Like they go on that 10-game winning streak and they kind of run away with the AFC North. But
Mm-hmm.
exactly what Knife said. Yeah, Bengals always seem to start slow. They do. They do.
Yeah. Like Dr. Vaughn said, 1-4 versus the Browns.
Yeah. I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So well, we could. I think it's safe to say we could chalk this up as a bad one. So bad
Yeah.
start for him.
What up, big dog Fabian in the house? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Miles is his Fisher. Oh, his Fisher.
For sure.
Miles Garrett was. You saw that? Did you see the clip of him like doing like a little hezzy, and then
Mm-hmm.
he like rushed?
Little
Uh,
crossover.
yeah, that was dirty, bro. Jacob with a 199. I laugh when the Bengals get killed. I bet you do, but so did your team.
Oh
That
yeah.
emblem right there, Jacob. So did your team, man.
That's a good segue. Let's get into that. How about that, Jacob?
Yeah, we'll get to there. Yeah, we'll get there right now because I know Kanai's waiting for it. This was if you watched the morning show. If you didn't, then what are you doing next week, 10 a.m., baby?
Hey, nice plug.
Yes, sir. This was my my upset of the week, Days. This was my upset. I felt comfortable. I felt confident that I was gonna do some kind of like Nostradamus aura on this game, right? I'm over here enjoying the Sunday games with my friend Knight. He's on the couch. We're drinking a couple of cold ones. He's a Niner fan, right? He's just waiting for this to happen. The Steelers got beat apart. This wasn't even a game. The Niners came prepared for this game. I'm a huge Mike Tomlin fan. I don't
Same.
care. Every season he has his guys ready to go. So I was like, it feels like an upset. They're in Pittsburgh, week 1. Brock Purdy coming off that bad UCL injury. Dude, they shut me up.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk went crazy. The Niners defense made Kenny Pickett's life a living hell. and
Mm-hmm.
and it was one dimensional, man. Like you couldn't get the run game going. Najee, that was the story of
Najee
last
didn't do
season.
shit. Yeah.
That was the story of last season as well with the Steelers, man. The run game is bad for Pittsburgh. Najee Harris is good. Like he has talent, but man, that offensive line still is struggling. Deontay Johnson got hurt as well. He's going to miss a couple of weeks with a groin injury, they already stated. But man, Ayuk They couldn't stop
Couldn't
him,
be
bro.
stopped.
They could not be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris,
I
and
had Debo and Kittle. They didn't really do too much in fantasy, so
bro, but this man right here,
he's him.
McCaffrey, he is a bad man, brother. He is a bad man.
Yeah,
So
Chris him McCaffrey. He's him, man.
hold on, I gotta go full screen real quick so I can say this
Go
to
ahead.
Knipe.
You owe an apology.
I am so sorry, Knipe. I disrespected your 49ers, and I will never do it again. I promise. So this is me formally saying, I'm sorry. Niners, I apologize to all the fan base, everyone. God, the Steelers. I don't think I can pick them for the rest of the year, man. That's just how bad it was.
Yeah, I still think the Steelers will be a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Kenny Pickett. You know what I'm saying? Pinkins. I like Pinkins a lot, especially if Johnson's going to be out for a minute. But it was a bad loss. You know what I'm saying? This was, I think, this NFL first week set a record for how many away teams beat home teams this year. You know
Really.
what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it was like 10. I want to say. So it was tough. You know what I'm saying? This was a tough one, as he says. JC says, "Attaboy."
And then I got another one. Ben,
Go ahead, get it over with.
the 199, the Bucks don't suck.
No,
I,
I
that,
still think they
just,
suck, but yeah.
just know this: my little compilation that
Mhm.
I'm making, I do sound dumb. I will say that.
Hey,
But
as
that's
a
the thing
content
about
creator, you got to take that, man.
yeah, that's the thing
You got
about
to take
me.
it.
I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't hide. You know, we go live daily here, so
Yeah.
it's all good. It's
Max
all
ain't
good.
scared of y'all. He ain't running from y'all. Max is ready to take all the smoke. Give him all the smoke.
Jacob with another 199. This is going to be the score against Green Bay, 30-7. Oh yeah, Green Bay's going to win though. Green Bay's going to be the one with 30. Appreciate you, Jacob. But
Yeah. But
yeah,
the
man.
49ers proved they're legit contenders. Like,
Yeah,
they're not even, like, they're not a playoff team. They're a Super Bowl team.
yeah, they are. And I mean, we kind of knew that going in, but my question mark was the Brock Purdy situation. Like, how is he going to look?
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me. He showed me how he's going to look.
Yeah.
We got my boy Jake in the house on Facebook. What's up, bro? Mad Max, the Packers are not dead. Are you finally seeing the love? Oh, I'm seeing it, brother. And it's lovely to look at it, man. Knife calls him Glock Purdy. Let's talk about this game, Dace. This was another upset, which I mean, I was happy. You know
Mm-hmm.
why. I don't like
Of course.
those purple. What are they? The purple little Oompa Loompa looking dudes, the Vikings out there? No, they're. I'm happy this happened, but I did not expect it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Baker went out there and he was slinging that rock, bro, and I was shocked. But good for Baker, man. I'm one of those, like, I want to see guys like that revive their career, you know, because like he's had a tough career.
Yeah.
Because
He
I was
has.
a huge Baker fan when he came out of Oklahoma. I thought he was gonna be big time, bro. He
Yeah.
never really got it done.
I'm impressed by obviously Justin Jefferson did well, but a good debut for Jordan Addison is what I would say.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I had him sitting up, dude. I had him in my lineup and I took him out last minute because I'm like, you know. But he's solid debut. Like I said, I think I was very high on Jordan Addison when I did my behind the teams coming out of the draft. I wanted
hmm
him to fall to the Giants. I think he's a great complementary piece to the Vikings. I think the Vikings will be okay, but I don't think the Bucks are as good as this because we've seen good Baker and we've seen bad Baker, and I was actually surprised to see Mike Evans play after all the stuff he was going through this week. But congratulations to the Bucks fans. You're 1-0 in a shitty division, so this should go a long way.
yeah. Kirk Cousins, he struggled, man. He struggled. I mean, he fumbled twice, and they were like from handoffs. It was simple stuff. The snap, he bobbled the snap. I have Madison on my fantasy team, so I'm like, you can't even hand the ball off to the guy.
Mm.
That's how bad it's been. But like you said, Madison or Addison looked great on his debut. Of course, Justin Jefferson's out there doing what he does. He's just a baller. Mike Evans, though, he didn't sit out. You know why? Because this is basically a contract year for him. Even though he's getting up there in age, but he's a free agent after this season. So he's going out there and proving that, hey, I can still do it.
I,
So he got a touchdown.
I think okay, if they would have got off, if they get off, well, if they still get off to a bad start, he might get traded. I could see
Yeah.
him as a possible trade piece if this was a good win, but if they're winning, I could see them keeping him, but possibly trading him to you know what I'm saying, at the deadline possibly.
Yeah, he could be on the move. And he's already said that, hey, listen, if they're not going to sign me, I'm gone. So you got a disgruntled guy in your locker room. Pay him or he's leaving, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Jaguars and the Colts for a second here, because I've pretty much I thought the Jaguars were gonna get it done, but they struggled for a little bit now.
Mm-hmm.
They struggled for a little bit. They were actually down heading into the fourth quarter in this game, but they got it done. I think out of all the rookie quarterbacks, like you kind of hinted at earlier, I think Richardson did look the best. Like it wasn't pretty by any of them, but I think Richardson did do the best this past weekend. He got a rushing touchdown. He got a passing touchdown. Did have an interception, but Jaguars should have took care of business, and they finally got it clicking, and they did. Calvin Ridley looked amazing. He looked like he didn't miss a beat. Zay Jones,
Good start for Michael Pittman Jr. too.
yeah, and that's another thing that was nice to see for him, that Richardson and Pittman have that chemistry. It looks like already,
Yeah,
because they don't really have a lot of options out there.
no,
Alec Pierce he hasn't really shown us anything.
yeah,
He was their
but
second round pick last year.
but the polls for the Colts is they want to tank to get Marvin Harrison Jr. They think it comes full circle for them
Yeah,
to get him. So that's what a lot of Colts fans want.
that would be nasty, bro.
Good return for
That,
Calvin Ridley too.
yep. And then Zay Jones had a nice little reach out snag for a touchdown in the end zone. That was pretty. I mean, Jaguars, they look like they can do something,
Yeah. I think they'll surprise people. I mean, obviously, 10-point game against a division rival, you know what I'm saying, is not crazy impressive, but you know what I'm saying, because division games tend to be a little harder. But I do see the Jags somebody that makes the playoffs again and can win that weak AFC South division.
Yeah, Jaguars should easily win that division.
Yep.
Josh Allen, though, 3 sacks. That was a real Josh Allen.
Good Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was. I know a lot of Jaguar fans, and they want him to do that more often.
Yeah, Saxonville. Yep.
Yeah, and him and Trayvon Walker on the edges, they came up with 4 sacks, so they did their job. They got a win against a divisional team on the road. Good for them, man. They got the Chiefs this week though, and Chris Jones is signed.
Yep.
And Kelsey's now.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Kelsey's now dating Taylor Swift. So I mean, you got that might be a new team walking into town, man. I mean, good for Travis, man. Sheesh. Saints Titans. We can just touch on this. Saints. This game was kind of like a boring one, honestly.
It was nothing crazy impressive. Derek Carr, his debut, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. You know what I'm saying? 305 yards, nothing to sneeze at though. That's pretty good. Congratulations on to Michael Thomas for showing back, for playing a whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But D Hop's debut, Derrick Henry wasn't impressive. I don't know. The Titans just what was Tannehill's stat line? Go up to that real
Dude,
quick.
it was terrible.
Yeah, they got to they got to figure out their quarterback situation. You know what I'm saying? Like when I brought the Titans dude from behind the teams, he was kind of like, okay, like they're in quarterback purgatory. You don't know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's time to give either Greer or what's his name? Willis the time, man. Like, come on.
Yeah,
you already know what you're gonna get from Ryan Tannehill.
Greer's not on the team anymore.
No, who is it that they got?
Levis and Willis.
I said the wrong name. That's what I was thinking of. Levis. Yeah, you got to give one of those to the time.
Yeah, Spence the Titans in the mud. Oh yeah, they down bad. The fact that they almost won this game, though, I was like, come on, Saints. Like, you're better than that. Yeah. I got the Saints winning the NFC South. So I mean, Chris Olave ball.
Much either though.
Exactly. That, like you said you said about the Bucs, the division stinks. Like it's gonna be the worst division in the NFC.
Both South divisions stink. AFC and NFC.
Commanders beat the Cardinals. Cardinals, we already touched on them. They're going to be the number one pick in the draft.
Yep.
I mean, Commanders, good job. Whoever plays the Cardinals, you better win. The Cardinals aren't favorite to beat anybody this year.
Yep. But the Commanders didn't really impress me either. I mean, they're a bad team as well. They got to win, but they'll probably finish fourth place in the NFC East. Sam Howell didn't really impress too much. McLaurin continues to bite me in the ass when I pick him for fantasy, and I'm just like, why did I do it again to myself?
It's not his fault though, man. Like if he had a great quarterback, McLaurin would put up numbers like crazy.
Shout out to Brian Robinson Jr. though. I like him, and you know what I'm saying, he got the most touches on that one, and they incorporated Dotson a lot. Dotson got the, you know what I'm saying, tied for Curtis Samuel with the receptions. They were trying to incorporate him a lot in the offense. So
Yeah. I mean, he had the most targets out of the receivers, so he was getting the looks early. Kind of like one of those games where you're just like, if you're not a fan of either or, you're not really watching, honestly.
mm-hmm.
I mean, Josh Dobbs stunk. He had 3 fumbles on the game. I just feel bad for the Cardinals,
said,
man.
please don't jinx us next week.
What?
Fabian said, please don't jinx the Giants as we play them next week. So look, Fabian, if we lose that game, we're in trouble, but we should be able to beat them. So
Yeah.
They're not trying to win.
Ravens get it done. They do lose J.K. Dobbins, though. He, I think he tore his ACL or his Achilles as well.
Yep. I had him in both leagues. I paid close attention to this game, had it on YouTube TV, and I was just like,
yeah, man, that's terrible news.
Terrible. Lamar looked good. Lamar looked solid, I should say, with no Mark Andrews on top of that. But what a start by Zay Flowers, though. Zay Flowers, they incorporated him a lot.
10 targets, bro.
Yeah, out of all the rookie receivers, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get a touchdown, but they definitely showed that they're going to throw it to him. So whoever picked him up late might be a good pickup.
I got Zay Flowers on my team.
Yeah.
I had him
Beckham Jr. didn't really do too much, though.
I got Zay Flowers winning Rookie of the Year.
Possibly. Rookie of the Year, possibly.
If like a quarterback.
They'll probably still give it to a quarterback. But Offensive Player of the Year, definitely. I think he'll win it.
My boy Fabian with 11 months saying we are in serious trouble if we lose that game. #
Absolutely.
New York Giants.
I agree. Fabian's been popping in my chat a lot lately. You know, it hasn't been as Volpe negative, so I appreciate that, Fabian.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fabian in a while. I thought he was mad at me or something, but he's probably he's over the Yankees probably. Raiders beat the Broncos. Dr. Van, if you're still in the chat, man. If you're still in this chat right now, what happened? Because I picked the Broncos to win. I mean, Russell Wilson didn't do terrible. You know, he didn't do that bad. I just don't get how they should have won this game. Josh Jacobs got contained pretty well.
Slow start for him, which was to be expected, all things considered.
But look at this. This is why. Samaje Perine is their number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
That's not good. Greg Dulcich got hurt. I know he's going to miss a couple of weeks. I think he messed up his hamstring.
Yeah. Even though Russell Wilson didn't have a terrible game like last year, he still, he did not impress at all. 2 touchdowns, cool. But 177 passing yards, yeah, that's we could chalk a lot of these games up to week 1. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these games are just week 1 and rust. So
yeah.
But congratulations to Jimmy G and for his first win as a Raider.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers, man. Hey, go ball out, brother. I actually liked Jacoby Myers a couple of seasons ago when he was a rookie with the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, let's go to the game of the week, man. And we kind of call this on the morning show. This was on paper. Grab your popcorn, sit down and watch some good football.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened here. Dolphins squeaked out a win. Chargers, I had them winning just because they were at home. But man, this game was crazy from start to finish. Shout out to the Dolphins. Shout out to Tua Tagovailoa, man. 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. But let me show you the player of the freaking game. That man, Tyreek Hill.
Player of the
That
week.
is a bad man.
11 catches on 15 targets. Hey, yeah.
My gosh.
Whoever passed up on him fantasy wise is kicking themselves. He averaged about 40 something points easily. But yeah, Tyreek Hill easily player of the week, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. Great game by Austin Eckler as well. You know what I'm saying? To be expected. You know what I'm saying? Austin Eckler is going to get featured a lot in this offense, especially with Kellen Moore. And yeah, it's a tough. This was a tough game. This was a tough, hard fought game. And
Do you
the
see
Dolphins
that?
were able to squeak one out.
Dealing with an ankle injury.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Justin Herbert, you know what I'm saying? Go to his stat line. Not crazy, you know what I'm saying, but did enough to keep him close. But we need a little bit more from Herbert, throughout the rest of the season. So
What I saw with the Chargers, they got the run game going. Like you see right here, Josh Kelly and Eckler both had 16 carries.
Yep.
So they weren't one dimensional like they used to be. Like last season, they were just airing it out 50 times a game. It seemed like with Herbert. So I liked how they got Kelly involved and they got Eckler involved. Of course, he's going to be involved every game, but damn, man, the Dolphins just did their thing. Shout out to my boy Fabian with the $2 dono. Do you think Hill the most dangerous player? I think he is.
I think so. Because at any given time, he can take one to the house. We saw what happened last year with that fumble that just rolled to him. And he was just able to just take it to
the house.
He's the type of player you just get the ball in his hands and just let him work,
Yeah. But it's good to see Tua do his thing. We all saw what happened last season with all the concussions and should he ever play again? And what I'm saying? So like it was really nice seeing Tua do what he did.
Health is still going to be the most important thing for him. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah. And sadly, I was going against Tua in fantasy too. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man.
That sucks.
This dude's putting up some freaking like college numbers on my head top. Eagles beat the Patriots. I thought this was going to be a blowout. They squeaked by. Patriots are always a pretty tough team. But man, Mac Jones, they trust this man, don't they?
Yep.
54 attempts.
Yo, let me tell you this. And let me preface this by saying as a Giants fan, I don't hate the Eagles as much as I hate the Cowboys. But Jalen Hurts, kind of an ordinary game. Like we might have to start, you know what I'm saying? Like he's got hyped up from last year. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth Gainwell is going to be a popular guy to get in the waiver wires this week. You know what I'm saying? Considering the amount of touches he has, but disappointing game for Jalen Hurts. A fumble at the end of the game that should have cost him this game, but a good defensive play. Poor decision making by Mac Jones at the end of the game, and an inch away from that second foot coming down got the Eagles the win because the Patriots were moving on a good defense.
Yeah.
And realistically, if that foot comes down, they might win that game and this might be an upset, but the Eagles really didn't impress anybody in this game.
I'm shocked they gave DeAndre Swift one carry.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, bro.
And only 2 targets.
Yeah.
And 1 reception for no yards. But like I said, that's why, waiver wires, Kenneth Gainwell is going to be highly featured this week. So pick him up in your waiver wires if he's available because he's put it out as their number 1.
Yeah. Well, in our league, everyone's taken already. Our waiver wires are slim pickings.
Because you got 30 guys. That's why. You might as well you guys might as well just have a draft where you have 32 guys.
Yeah.
And everybody just pick a team that they like.
Darius Slay with a nice touchdown, pick 6, 70 yards. But yeah, I mean, I think with the whole Jalen Hurts thing, he didn't play preseason like we touched on earlier. I feel like he'll start picking it up. They got the Vikings on a short week though. They play on Thursday night, so quick turnaround for both teams. Pretty much a must win for the Vikings.
And Max will be calling that game on Thursday, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
Right, I am. You're damn right. Let's touch on one more game, and then we can go to your segment that you want to introduce to the world. The Rams shocked me. Pretty much shocked a lot of people, I feel like. They beat down the Seahawks 30-13. Matt Stafford looked good, even though he didn't have any touchdowns or anything like that. But he was efficient. He did his job, and they relied on that run game. Even though Cam Akers 22 carries, 29 yards, that's come on,
Well,
can't get a yard.
they also relied on Puka Nakua.
Yeah,
Yo, this
damn,
dude,
15
15,
targets.
119 with no Cooper Cup. So you can tell, like, okay, the Rams were a team going into this year that we don't know because they coming off
Yeah,
a Super Bowl, they got derailed, and I'm talking about derailed by injuries. But we don't know what they're gonna be. But they come off with a strong start against a division rival. Did you see that play with Aaron Donald
oh my
and
god,
Geno Smith?
yeah. He's like, oh my god, he just threw it quick out of his hands.
Wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I would have probably fell. I would have just took the sack or something, bro. I would have been so scared.
You got to look at your offensive line like, guys, come on, seriously, like nobody's gonna get him at all. Come on.
Yeah. But a lot of people thought that Van Jefferson was going to be the number one,
Mm-hmm.
But no, Tutu Atwell and Puka Nakua.
How long do you
They
think
just
Cooper Cup's gonna be out for?
they said minimum 4 weeks. I say 6.
Yeah,
But we'll
but
see, man. Hopefully it's 4 weeks for their sake. But
yeah,
getting a road win against a divisional team without Cooper Cup and putting a 30 spot on them, that's a
yeah.
good win for the Rams, man.
Very pedestrian game by Geno Smith. Jackson Smith and Jigba not off to a good start. Tyler Lockett barely did anything. You know what I'm saying? So that offense is gonna go as Geno goes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough. It's a good division win for the Rams and a bad division loss for the Seattle Seahawks, who, like I said, Seattle's a tough place to play, guys.
Yeah, they are. Before we do the games, what's your prediction? Just give me who you think's gonna win out of the Vikings and Eagles on Thursday.
I my giant in me wants the Vikings, but I'm gonna say the Eagles are gonna take this one.
Eagles, yep, the
Yeah.
7-point favorites at home. Last year they played week 2 as well on Monday night, and the Eagles mollywop the
Mm-hmm.
Vikings. So I'm taking the Eagles to win, and the Vikings are gonna fall 0-2, and the panic button will be pushed. Kirk Cousins, what are you doing? That's
Look
what
at
all the Viking fans
you
are
hear
gonna
the
be like.
joy in Max's voice.
Oh
No
yeah,
love
because
lost there.
after week 1, my Packers might win the division on them.
And then the Packers probably going 2-0 against the Vikings. So I mean against the Falcons, I should say. So
Green Bay versus everybody, baby. Green
hey,
Bay versus everybody. Fabian wants to know, Max Ace, do you think Rodgers' career ended on that field?
all right. Well, that's one of the questions I have. So let's go
We'll
right into that
segue into
segment. That
that.
little
We'll
segment. Okay,
segue.
good segue, Fabian. All right. So every time I come on this show with Max, I want to debut this game, and feel free to put it in the comment section as well. This game is going to be called Legit or Ludicrous. I'm going to ask a question, a couple of questions. You tell me, is it a legit question or is it ludicrous? Max. So since Fabian started that, have we seen Aaron Rodgers' career is officially over? Legit or ludicrous?
I think that's ludicrous.
Think
I
it's
mean,
Luda?
Luda, I just feel like he can't call it quits from that, man. Like, I know it's a long process. You got to go through rehab. Then you got to go through strength and conditioning. He's turning 40 in, I think, December. He's getting old, but I know Rodgers has that fire in him. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to be back at least one more season.
Okay.
Hopefully a healthy season. But I think it's Luda for now.
The majority of the chat thinks legit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
night legit.
I'm gonna say legit because,
Oh,
dude, it's like I had talked to you in the backstage, right? It's one thing to rehab, but then it's one thing, every year you got to train your body for the strenuous NFL season, but now he has to rehab on top of that, which he was already thinking about calling it quits before this season. So I
mm.
don't know. Maybe we see the last of Aaron Rodgers. Maybe we'll see what happens.
But the thing, he did say he wanted to play to 45 now,
Yeah, but
and
his
he's
body might not be allowing him
rejuvenated.
to.
I know.
So this segues to the next one because of it goes hand in hand. Legit or ludicrous, Max, is MetLife Stadium cursed? Because every year the Giants and Jets, whether it's the turf or whether it's just bad luck from New York sports, a major player sustains a major injury on that turf. Is MetLife Stadium cursed, legit, or ludicrous?
It's legit. It's legit cursed. It is. I mean, Broadway Joe cursed it way back. How long ago was that?
Well, no, MetLife hasn't been alive. It was
Oh yeah, you're.
yeah, it was the Meadowlands before that.
Oh
But it
yeah,
was,
you're right. I'm
yeah,
thinking of just the Jets are cursed in general, but yeah, MetLife is definitely cursed.
yeah,
Yeah, the I don't know what it was. I think didn't they had grass at first, right?
yeah.
And then they ripped up the grass, put turf down, and it doesn't
Like the
matter.
AstroTurf
Yeah,
because of the weather, you know what I'm saying, which they changed it this year, you know what I'm saying, to more of like because as you could see, like with Daniel Jones and when Aaron Rodgers went down, you see the black pellets on their faces. So
yeah,
they're changing it to more of that. I have a background. I've actually played on that before, you know what I'm saying, when I was doing my, events and stuff like that. It can like be very not very buoyant, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as you're not gonna like you can stick to it. So I think that was the problem. Like I think, you know what I'm saying, his foot got caught in and it didn't do like the natural slide and you can see it, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think it's legit. I think MetLife curse need to burn that motherfucker down. And just whether it's the fact that it's the turf, it's the New York bad curse, or it's the fact that it's in Jersey and the stench from Jersey is seeping
Oh,
into the field. It needs to just be moved to New York already. Enough with the bullshit. So
all right,
I got two more for you.
all right.
All right. Legit or ludicrous? Is Josh Allen overrated?
Damn, that's a good one. I think I don't. I think that's ludicrous. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's ludicrous. I think what he's overhyped a little bit. I feel like, but I've seen a lot of great games with Josh Allen. So of course this is gonna be See, Knife saying Luda, legit by Meachman and Robert.
Spencer
I say
says Luda.
ludicrous though, but
Mm-hmm.
I just because I've seen a lot of good measured to his bad, and
Mm-hmm.
it's week one. Everyone's gonna overreact. That's just what we do. We
Well,
overreact.
I'm looking like we talked about before. 2018, he's leading the league in turnovers. It's
Yeah.
like, is it the Brian Daboll effect these last 2 years? Like the fact that he's not there? Because he's looked bad for his standards last year, and he is leading the league with 84 turnovers total. That can't be an aberration. That's a big sample size.
Yeah. I get it, but he's proved to us like in big games, like, bro, they should have beat the Chiefs that won in the playoffs, what, in 2021
Mm-hmm.
when he couldn't get the ball back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like he's showed up in big games before, but I just outweigh the good with the bad, and
So
I
the
just
pros
seen
overweigh
more.
the cons.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
see more good games from Josh Allen than I do bad games. Even though you're
Okay.
right, he does turn the ball over a lot. I've said it before. If he can just cut the turnovers down, the Bills have a shot to win the Super Bowl. But until then, they're not going to beat the Chiefs. They're not going to beat the Bengals.
Bengals, the
Teams like
Jets.
that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
The Dolphins. Do you trust this team against the Dolphins? Not with how
no,
they played yesterday.
dude, wasn't it last season? The Dolphins almost beat that team with Skylar Thompson
Yeah.
as the quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it's legit, dude. I think he's a little
Oh,
overrated. I think I think the Bills are like not America's sweetheart, but because they're a very likable team, no one really gives them smoke. But I think it's time, man. I think it's legit time to start looking at Josh Allen like, dude, what have you done? And then because before Joe Burrow got there, it was Patrick Mahomes and then Josh Allen behind him. Now Joe Burrow's kind of leapfrogged over him.
yeah.
And maybe this might be the year that Tua takes that leap over him if he can stay healthy. So
Yeah,
that might be a little hot take there, but I don't know. That's why I think it's a little
I
legit.
think that I think Tua can only jump him if they win the division and they probably go to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
If the
possible.
Dolphins can do that, then I would say Tua leapfrogs, maybe Josh Allen, but Joe Burrow leapfrogged him because he went to the Super Bowl and he's
Yeah,
beat Patty Mahomes in the playoffs.
absolutely.
You know
He's
what I'm
beat
saying?
Patrick
So
Mahomes more than Patrick Mahomes has beat him.
yeah.
So,
So
but all right,
I say ludicrous for now.
I'm gonna say legit for now. All right, so I got two more. All right, legit or ludicrous? Do the Packers, no matter what quarterback they have, own the Bears?
Legit, baby. Now I wish I could play that. It's too legit to quit. Cause man, ooh, that's facts.
Yeah,
It's
I
facts. I
I,
mean,
I think so.
the last I think it was 13 games. The Packers are 12-1 against the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Preston Smith tweeted after the game was over. If you don't know who Preston Smith is, I know you do. I'm saying for the
Mm-hmm.
people in the chat, outside linebacker for the Packers. He is 11-0 against the Chicago Bears in his career as a Packer. And he's like, ooh, that's that. It's just sweet, baby. So we don't see him till week 18. We have a long way to go until the next time we see him. But for right now, we own you. And we own you Brett Favre's life, Aaron Rodgers' life, Jordan Love's life, and who knows? Hopefully it's love for 15 years, but yeah.
I think it's legit too. So, all right, one more question, but this is mostly for the fans out there. Is Max coverage in the Ace Avenue the best duo on YouTube, legit or ludicrous? Let it be known in the comment section. But that was that segment I wanted to debut. Like I said, every time we do this show and I come on, I will legit ask. Well, yeah, I will legit ask this to Max. I think it's a nice little segment. You guys seem to have fun with it, so we'll continue it.
So Fabian said, I was waiting for after this was over, Fabian, stop yelling at me. Appreciate the $2 dono. It's the effing black cat. Alan is over. He needs dab. What does dab mean? Oh, like he needs to dab like Cam Newton did?
Yeah. So, but no, it's cursed. It's cursed for so many
Yeah.
different reasons. Like the Giants, we did celebrate a Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, while being in there, but it's cursed.
I have one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it legit or ludicrous? The next time the Giants play the Cowboys, you will finally beat them.
Legit. We're gonna legit. I am putting that out there. In Dayball, we trust. I had for my record prediction us splitting the series, so obviously we have to win when we face them again. But I do think we will win next time. The Giants will have things moving. The Cowboys will come in overconfident, and that'll be their downfall. So let's go, Giants.
Okay. I'm saying ludicrous, man.
We'll see.
I'm sorry, man.
And I'm gonna save this clip when it happens. I'm making a clip. Check the timestamp. 1:17.
Yep, 1:17. I got one more to share, not for legit or ludicrous, but if you watch the morning show, which what are you doing? You should every Sunday at 10 a.m. But if you watched and you made it to the DraftKings section, you would have won some money. I mean, if you would have just played the guys that I told you to play, me and Knight, we ran down the slate. I gave you Derek Carr, Austin Eckler, Jamal Williams, crap the bed, but Tyreek Hill, 47.5 points.
The
Beach man is why are you unsubscribing, man? What did I do to you?
Subscribe to the Ace Avenue instead. We love the Giants over there.
Wow, man. Wow. I know you'll miss it, Spence. You'll be spending the cost of 18 shots down by the time 10 a.m. hits. Jonathan in the house. What it do, fella? Small prediction for this weekend. Falcons 27, Packers 14. Oh, shut up. No. Me and Jonathan have a bet today, so I don't know if you were in the chat when he did it. If the Falcons beat the Packers, I have to buy him a Falcons shirt. But if the Packers beat the Falcons, he has to buy me a Packers shirt.
Wow.
So a little bit of a wager for this week.
Okay.
But yeah, man. DraftKings, you should have been in there. And if you would have played, there you go. I won $10. Boom shakalaka. Ain't nothing to it.
I see that 39.05.
Oh, let me take it down. Oh, let me take that down.
So let me get a couple hot takes from you, man, for this week coming up. What is going to be? Well, okay. Before we go into that, week 1, what was your biggest upset?
Biggest upset was probably, I mean, it wasn't an upset, but Dallas beating y'all.
Yeah.
Just because it was 40-0.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that was the biggest disappointment.
If you took that away, and I would say like quote unquote upset, I'd probably say the Bucks over the Vikings.
Yeah. I'm gonna say my biggest upset was once Rodgers went down, the Bills automatically became the biggest upset because it happened so early in the game.
Yeah.
They should have beaten that because you're demoralized at that point. But good job by the Jets for overcoming. Like shout outs to them for doing that.
Yeah, man. For
So,
real.
so coming up this week, what do you see as the biggest upset?
Let's bring up the schedule because I need to actually look. Oh,
We got
oh.
2 Monday night games coming up this week.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of weird. So you got Vikings.
So you call one, I call the other. You decide which one you're gonna call. I'll call the other one.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk to you about that. So I was like, we can both call a different game
Yeah, let me know what you pick.
because
You know what I'm
they're at
saying?
the same. I think they're at the same time too. Like,
7:15 and 8:15.
yeah,
So you let me know which one you want to take, and I'll
both
take
of them
the
are
other.
pretty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. Both of them are pretty good though.
I know you like to go to sleep early. 8:15 might be a little too late for you.
I know. I was like, damn, that 7:15 is calling my name right there. Upset. Just looking. I think the Cardinals are gonna upset the. I'm kidding.
I'm at Baby, you really about to piss off Fabian.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Baby is never coming back in this chat again.
Biggest upset. I got the Jaguars beating the Chiefs, baby.
Ooh.
I got the Jaguars beating the Chiefs. Can I say I dare you to say the Niners?
Ooh.
No, I think for real. I mean, it's not really of a big upset. The Chiefs are 3-point favorites on the road, but I feel like if Kelsey misses, then I for sure think the Jaguars are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But even if he plays, I still think the Jaguars are going to march into Everbank Stadium. They changed the name, by the way. It was TIA Bank.
Mm-hmm.
The Jags are going to win by a touchdown. Jaguars at home against the Chiefs.
Okay. I'm going to say the Patriots over the Dolphins. Sunday night football.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I got a feeling that tonight might be a good night for them. So they
That's
played
a big
well.
game for the.
They played well.
That's a big game for the Patriots too. If they
Yeah.
fall 0-2 in that tough AFC East division,
That's why I think they might take it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think they might take it.
Spence said, "You just jinxed us, damn it!" After that Steelers and Niners game.
Robert said the Jets will beat the Cowboys. I don't even think you'd be willing to put money on that, Robert.
Just don't even watch that game, Robert. I mean that Vikings over the Eagles. Okay. That's a pretty good. That'll be a big upset after
Raiders over the Bills would be a big upset too. Imagine the Bills going 0-2. Oof.
Ooh, now that'll be some panic getting pushed right there.
Yeah.
Niners play the Rams on the road, but we own them. Staff will throw minimum 2 picks.
Thank
I think the Niners
Meach
are good.
Man too. Appreciate that. Meach Man got tired of your Giants negativity.
Damn, did he really unsubscribe to me?
No, he subbed to me.
He probably unsubscribed to me though, because I'm now down to 4.68 subscribers.
Oh man.
So I had 9.
The
Damn.
saltiness, bro. He's like, fuck
good.
this, I'm out.
I'll get to 4.7 someday. I mean, it's like I'm cursed. I'm like cursed. Max Coverage TV is cursed from getting 4.7 thousand.
Where are you at exactly? What's your numbers?
No, exactly? He said he didn't.
Yeah, what's your numbers exactly though? We got to get you there, man.
Yeah, I'm just like stuck in this little like area, bro.
Well, you've also got so many subscribers that when you
4.687, and I think it's the bots are taking them away because I go up to like 4.691, and then the next day I'll wake up to 4 less. So I don't know, bro.
Nah, you know what it is? Because I did my research on that too. It's sometimes inactive accounts YouTube deletes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Like if somebody subscribed to you earlier and they haven't been active, then they're with you they'll unsubscribe and they'll delete the account. And so they get active again, then you'll get the subscriber back.
Yeah, it's all good. So. It's all good. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Dr. Vance said the Patriots are going to get smoked.
We'll see.
I think so too, honestly. But it's Bill Belichick. He always makes it like close.
Yeah, and Mac Jones had a good game. You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones had a good game. I think he'll be able to, Sunday Night Football. Anything can happen. A division rival. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Dace. This is week 1 of the recap. I'll be back tomorrow. I think we'll be doing the Yankees and Red Sox game tomorrow. It's Wednesday, so no football. Thursday will be Thursday Night Football. Friday baseball once again, and then Sunday morning show. Appreciate you. What you got going on this week, bro, on your channel?
Might do the Yankee game tomorrow. I'll do the Thursday night football game. I'm having fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, didn't expect to have as much fun as I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that Friday. You know what I'm saying? I maybe start tapering away from the Yankees a little bit, but I might call the Yankee game on Friday, and then obviously I'll be live for the Giants on Sunday, and then we'll see what happens. I got to check the Yankee schedule, as a matter of fact, to even see who we're.
Yeah, watch they probably play like 1 o'clock or something on Wednesday. Like,
I don't mind the early games. Tomorrow they're playing now, which I'm not going to call. Tomorrow and Thursday, then they play Pirates. They got a 1 o'clock game, so maybe I'll hit that 6 o'clock game on Friday and Saturday, depending. I gotta check see if there's a concert in my area, and then they're off Monday. So I gotta start working on my other movie content. That's what I'm. Like I said, I'm hoping now that baseball is kind of toning down a little bit, I can start working on my other movie stuff I want to do. So
yeah, before we sign off, I gotta give you one more update about the Yankees. Though, Yankees had the bases loaded with no outs. No one scored.
Doc, that's what they get us right. That's how to beat the Yankees. You should just walk 3 runners on with nobody out, and I guarantee you'll get out of the inning.
Oh man, it's been tough. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a fun stream. Dace, as always, you the man, brother. Appreciate you.
No, you the man, brother. Appreciate you.
You are always welcome to do the recap shows or whatever you want, morning shows with me. Just let me know.
I might try to pop in. Sunday's a little early, man.
I know that's early for you. I know.
I might try to pop in just to talk because I wanted to come. I'm glad I didn't because I wanted to come in and talk shit to your boy Frenchie. And would that have been on my face? That I would have to eat that crow.
I don't think he did he join your stream at all?
No,
because he gets in his own world for Cowboys games.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear from him for like 4 hours, so like he don't even watch it with us. He leaves. He don't watch it with us.
So do you not call games on Sunday? You take the Sunday games off?
The Sunday night, it depends. If the Packers are playing, I'll be doing the Packers game, but it's just because I'm not home sometimes. Mm-hmm. So like this week I won't be home, but and sometimes I'm a little too
before we really let go, I gotta ask you. So what was it like Sydney's first experience with Football Max?
Oh, she let me hang out with the boys, man. She left.
Okay.
But we hung out after the games were over and stuff, and she was like laughing because I was like, I'm happy the Packers won. I'm dancing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think she might stay with me this weekend. So
we gotta see how you react after the Packers lost.
Don't do that to me. I got too much riding on this week. I got
biggest upset. Atlanta over Green.
No,
you heard it here first.
No, Jonathan. You'll get the rest of my picks on Sunday morning. We're signing off. Y'all have a good rest of your night. We out of here. It's always Love, Peace, Chicken Grease, all Max Coverage TV, and Ace Avenue. We out here. Peace.